everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on another truck, go figure. But today we're going to be doing some transmission servicing as well as some transmission modifications, both hardware and software on this old truck. So right now I'm driving around this private property getting the transmission a little bit warmed up. It's a little cold today. That way when I go and drop the pan, we get a good amount of oil nice and runny to come spewing out of that transmission. Get all that old stuff out so the new stuff goes in nice and slick. So we're kind of mobbing around, no big deal. So god dang it, oh, something fell off. What was that? What is that? Came out from underneath the truck. What the hell? Well guys, some stuff clearly fell off the truck, so we got to go get it worked on. So we're headed to Mexico for this. Oh, never mind, there's a wall there. Go to Canada. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the shop. Today we're going to be working on a 2012 Dodge Ram 2500. I still call it a Dodge. I still call all of them a Dodge, even though they're politically changed their name to Ram for some reason. Don't know why, but anyway. Dodge 2500, 6.7 Cummins with some garbage disposal crap on the top of it, and 68 RFE automatic transmission. It's a 6-speed. My personal opinion, the only perk with the 68 is you can do transmission tuning on it. And that's what we're gonna do to it today. This will be my first time ever tuning an automatic transmission because I've primarily just had stick shifts my whole life, man's mission. And I tune that with my mind. But we gotta do some modifications to the transmission before we can just throw tunes at it, because the stock valve body can't handle what mild tunes we're gonna throw at the transmission, tuning the transmission. So I'll show you real quick. Don't mind that little guy down there. I just got an extra downpipe that has a muffler in it because these trucks they're too loud. Diesel, too loud. Anyway, muffler, extra muffler. So what happens is the line pressure is going to be increased and yada yada, scientific facts. So first thing you have to do is drill and tap and add a couple more retaining bolts for your accumulator cover plate kit, because you can see right there all those things are pressured, and if I believe there's only 3, and we're going to put 6 that hold those springs back in there. That's one of the things we got to do. Next thing is we got to add this bad boy. Valve body upgrades. First thing we got to do, kind of a bummer, it has just had a transmission service, so fresh oil, fresh fluid, whatever, and fresh filters. So we got to drop that, pull the pan, pull the valve body. I'll watch Randy's transmission on how to do this, so it should be fairly easy. And I'll probably put my new muffler in there while I'm at it. And hopefully everything goes smoothly. Let's get it. All right, boys, we got her out and got her mounted up on the best workbench in history, the old tailgate on the cowboy Cadillac here. Now we just got to start tearing this sucker down, replace some stuff, and throw it straight back in there. Yeah. See, they only have these staggered, so that doesn't hold that much pressure. So we'll take that out, drill and trap those. Anyway, let's get her done. have everything way torn apart now. Went up to the house, did a little bit more research. 5 check balls when you're taking these apart. Don't want to lose any of them. Really simple with their location, and it's verified by this guy right here. See how it's gray? If that's gray, that means you have 5 of these little check balls. They go in these little spots, 1, 2, 3, and if it's 5, it goes in the middle one. It skips these 2, and then you got 1 down here. That means it's a later model transmission. I think it's 11 and up. And then if it's older than that, it has those 2 down in there. So you want to make sure you got those suckers in there and don't lose that. I already went ahead and drilled and tapped for that bad boy. You can see it only had these 3 screws before. Those are the stock ones. I drilled and tapped and added those 3 as well. That allows for higher line pressure, because if you only have 3, you got weak spots, and I guess it'll blow those suckers out. So for modifying and tuning the transmission, it very recommended you do that. And you need to drill out 1 breather on somewhere on there. I forget where that was, but I'm gonna go ahead and put these back together. And you have to also add a washer in there. It shows on that one right there. You got to put a washer in there, the accumulator shim. So bada bing, let's get it. Look at Boone is just staring at me. He knows what's going on. Got some of these. There you go, guy. Run off with it. Run off. There you go. Anyway, it's quite a bit later in the evening, but I got the valve body back together. I had to run up. I could not remember where my freaking torque wrenches were. You got an inch-pound one, you get your foot-pound one. And yeah, that thing, back in the day, I don't know if any of you OG subscribers are still following, but comment below if you guys remember that fastback project that I did. Helped my buddy out, and that really wasn't worth my time doing. But all this stuff was up at the garage in my at my grandpa's in the garage. So that took a little bit of tracking that down, and well, it's quite a bit later in the evening. I'm a little bit tired, but I want to get cracking on this. I didn't film too much of the valve body stuff because it honestly, I don't really like doing it that much. You know, trying to get everything right, don't want to mess anything up. Drill bit gets involved, trying to be precise. But what you end up got to do, you put their new intermediate guy in there, and then you got to drill a vent hole right here, just a 1/8 inch, simple. Put the new stuff in. The hell is that? Tough. Stay. Sound like somebody was driving around out here. Anyway, so got that taken care of. I went to Reeby's, that's our auto parts store. I already had some ATF, and I got the filters. And it was kind of a funny scenario because my filter wrench was still up at Grandpa's too. So, shada-jing. We're done with the valve body. As soon as I torque this sucker, throw it back in there, and man, do something fun. Put a muffler on it. Alright, I gotta show you guys something real quick. It's kind of cool. If you guys can see it. See them tail lights up there? Boys, that is security. The other day I was up by the gate and somebody pulled in and looked down to see who it was. It was the sheriff. He was just pulling over to do some paperwork. So I said, hey sir, if you want to hang out here, the night shift guy, whatever, if you guys got to do some late night paperwork, whatever, if you just want to stop somewhere and take a break, stop here at my house. Because if you guys are new to the channel, we had an incident. And by the way, I have a new fence coming. It just hasn't showed up yet. We got to make the calls. We got to do some stuff. Gonna have a fence wrap the property. And same thing with surveillance cameras. It's a joke. You buy a house, you buy a shop, property, feeling good. Then you start to feel insecure because one person comes and messes with your stuff. Just it sinks the whole ship. But anyway, I'll show you guys where we're at right here underneath. Really simple. Once you get this thing back underneath here, just 6 5/16 bolts. There might be an 8 mil. Torque them to 105 inch-pounds. Each one of these little guys is 55 inch-pounds, and there's 50 of them. And then on the sides where I drilled and tapped, it's over there somewhere. You're looking for a 70 inch-pound on the new bolts and a 40 on these factory bolts. Then this little guy just kind of give her a little eek, how you doing? And this thing over here, a little eek, how you doing? If you're gonna go to O'Reilly or whatever and you ask for a filter kit for a 68, in my case, the old boy just gave me that one. Well, you need that one over there too. So let's get the pan back on there. That thing, what the heck is that? We don't need that. Boys, she now has transmission tuning and a new muffler involved. Just listen how good it sounds right here. Give it a second. Oh, boys. Sounds so good. If you guys are wondering about the remote start add-on for a tradesman level truck, I made a video for it a while back. But anyway, transmission has been tuned. There was quite a bit more involved than I originally thought. Nothing that was too extreme. It was more so of the software end of things of the EFI Live transmission tuning. But we got everything, all the hardware sorted out. So if you guys are just watching this video just to see the hardware stuff, that's all done. Truck's rocking and rolling. Hopefully we'll get better fuel mileage out of the new transmission tuning, and she'll be rocking and rolling. Both this truck and my other off-road truck, I've learned a lot on the tuning end of it, and some of the stuff I couldn't really find without straight up reading a boring manual or just asking a bunch of questions to a bunch of different people before I found the answers. So I'm going to compile some learning curve stuff that I've discovered with these off-road trucks on the software end of it. So we're going to go up to the house to the computer and show you guys all the ins and outs of it. Who's this guy? Get it, old Laramie. But anyway, hardware end of it is done. Everything's good to go, rocking and rolling. It's going through all 6 gears just fine, and pretty happy with the way that transmission tuning sounds. Anyway, guys, hit them buttons for me. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to watch the software stuff. Stay tuned. Until then, we'll see you guys next time. Later. Taylor, she's asleep, don't worry. Anyway, guys, brief summary on the tuning end of using EFI Live. There's some stuff that I did not know when I first started getting into this. When I first started buying anything, a computer controlled diesel truck, ECM controls the fuel and all that good stuff. It's not like a P pump where you turn a screw and you have fun. All this stuff with the computer end of it, you can buy simple tuners with simple tunes on it, like Smarty and Edge and stuff like that. Stuff's already pre-programmed in there, but then you start adding extra different parts and you can get customizable tunes like the transmission tunes and stuff like that. So when I made a switch to EFI Live, I originally got an auto cal, which is fairly simple for an older 6.7 off-road truck. Real easy plug and play stuff. I didn't have any trouble with that. But when I switched to a V2 so I could run multiple off-road trucks on the same programmer, that's the V2 that's just a different computer device for loading tunes onto your truck. I came into some not so fun situations that I didn't know anything about. And it seems like there's a lot of people that know stuff, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people that are straight up willing to share. So I had to ask a million questions to figure this stuff out, so I'm going to try and make a quick video for you guys. If you're going to run an AutoCal or a V2, tune in with EFI Live, uploading new tunes onto your device and then flashing them onto your truck. So we're going to run through it real quick. Hopefully you guys stick through this, because this is some stuff that I think is really important that I couldn't really find a video on. And if I found a video talking about this stuff, it would have saved me a lot of time. So first thing off the bat, get the computer. I'm just going to film it straight with the camera on the screen here. You have tuning software. This doesn't allow you to modify the tunes. I have tunes sent to me from a tuner that do transmission tuning and other off-road ideas, but you use EFI Live Scan and Tune. This is the simple way to upload your tunes onto your device, then to flash them onto your truck. Got a bug flying around. First thing you do when you get this program set up, you want to check for updates, and then you want to update your device. This runs both either your AutoCal or your V2. Now, with the V2, I ran into some things that I did not expect. First thing off the list is, if you're going to be tuning, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can tune, scan, OBD, BBX device, license and stuff. When you're running a V2, you have to license every time you have a new truck on there. So you have to pay for VIN licensing, and I don't know how many the V2 can handle, but it's more than one, like the AutoCal. So I have 2 off-road trucks on there, but this is what you do when you go to tune it. Oh, my bad, wrong button. Sorry, trying to look through the camera. Go to BBX. My device isn't hooked up, so we're going to see that every once in a while. First thing I ran into when I hooked up the V2. Now, these are brand new out of the box. They do not have tunes on them when they are sent to you. You have to talk to your tuner, and they just simply email them. First thing I ran into, just simply because I did not know, I'd never done this before, is you see all these little drivers right here? All this stuff, and then you come up here, and all these Cummins things. You got cab chassis, you got different stuff in here. If you don't have anything in these areas and you flash a tune, it'll flash onto your device, but it won't flash onto the truck. And I did not know that for a while, and after many phone calls later, they finally shared the secret with me, and you need drivers right there. So it's real simple to get those. You just come down here and it open. All this stuff comes with your EFI Live software. And then you just come over here, and if you're running Cummins, you just click the Cummins one. Simple as that. If you're going to run GMC or Chevy or Ford or whatever, you can buy VIN, I don't know if it's VIN license, but it's just the license to use the different manufacturers of stuff. So once you get that knocked out, then you can actually download some stuff onto your truck. But there's one thing, okay, an older off-road truck, it doesn't have so much security on the ECM. A newer truck, they got security because somebody got smart to off-road use. But there's ways to get around it, like there is everything, and the EFI Live software allows that. But it's very difficult to get somebody to tell you that, because I went to put in the new tuning software on Taylor's truck, the new transmission tuning, and I got this code as soon as it was like at 99%. I got this error code. It was at 0340, and in which case it completely screws the whole truck up and nothing wants to work. If you get that, then you have to flash in a stock tune back into the truck, and then people in forums and everything, they said, oh, that happens, you just start back over and it goes away and it's not a problem. That is false. There's other people saying do something with the battery terminals. That is false. There is a security measure in the newer truck's ECM. Did not know about it. I ran an older truck, didn't have this problem, but the new trucks have the security measure, and I will show you what the EFI Live software comes with that nobody, my tuner wouldn't want to tell me. This is stuff I had to figure out just reading the manual like I should, like a big boy. But you think if somebody knows because they're in the business, they just go and tell you this. But so nice, simple. This is the same principle as it would be for downloading your tunes. But before you can just straight put your tunes on here, you go over here to quick setup. Nice and easy, like come over to this guy here, hit the green plus symbol. And these are all my tunes. Those are all the revisions I've had on my 08, and then a couple stock ones for Taylor's truck. Normally you just click one of those, take it down here, hit open, and then it'd put on the device, and then you can flash to the truck. But here's a little secret that nobody wanted to tell me about, and I had to learn about it myself. You go into your documents and you go under EFI Live, under V8, and then to tunes. And then depending on what truck it is, you got to enter one of these guys right here. This unlocks your ECM. You got to go to a boost, patch, manual, or auto, depending on what your truck is. Nobody wanted to tell me that. So you have to flash that onto your truck first to unlock your ECM. You just hit OK and it puts it on here and you hit program. Nice and simple. Then you can flash the tunes onto your truck and everything goes smooth as sail. I fought that for 9 days. And I had messaged my tuner and my supplier for the tunes, and they led on to believe that they thought it was a VIN verification failure or something along those lines. So I was continuously just waiting and waiting for a new email with a revision, and I never got it. Oh, it sucked. It took me maybe 2 hours of reading the actual manual to figure that out. Forums and everything were such a joke from people just talking about nothing, and it was just no help. But I've learned there's a lot of people out there that they're willing to help you learn something. And then I just realized the fact that there's this two types of people, and you know, someone that's willing to help, and then someone that they know it and they're just not going to tell you. And I think a couple big mistakes in life are the people that just don't want to learn is a pretty big mistake. If you don't want to learn and try to discover stuff on your own so you can grow as yourself, I think that's a mistake. But then there's another mistake that people make, and it's that they don't want to teach anybody. And that's such a pain to try. And I mean, I can learn stuff on my own, but sometimes if somebody would have been like, listen bud, you need to unlock that ECM, this is how you do it. You just go through and it's already pre-programmed into the EFI Live software that's on your computer. It comes with the file to do that boot patch and unlock your ECM so you can do your transmission tuning. Simple piece of pie. It hung me up for 9 days. It was such a pain, and I don't know why, but nobody could just declare that information to me. I got kind of hackled about it by a couple other different people, and we got it now. So it's driving, everything's shifting good, knock on wood. But anyway guys, I just wanted to share that. I want to share that back when I had my 08 issues going on. There's things I didn't know, and simple videos like this I've really been appreciative of. So if you guys are thinking about EFI Live tuning your truck or any of the other stuff, be warned, the newer trucks, and I'm sure the even newer ones, if you guys don't watch tuning videos or whatever, if you're looking for this information, I know it's simple if you've been in the business for a while, but like me, I sit in a tractor all day. I like to mess with trucks. I do have I am actually a fully certified diesel technician. I went to school for it, paid big bucks for it. They don't teach you this stuff there. They teach you how to read a multimeter and you know, test lights work and stuff like that, change oil. Not really a waste of money, but it sucked. Anyway, hope you guys appreciated this video and learned something from it. We'll see you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment below who and what kind of truck you've done it on. Let me know if you've run the EFI Live or any other software. I heard EasyLink is quite a bit easier to use, but we're, you know, about one of this, you're pretty much committed. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Later.